On this podcast, we talk about the books, both old and new, that are worth putting on your to-be-read list. I'll include the back cover synopsis, content warnings, as well as my pro and con list. To avoid any spoilers, head over to my Instagram at enjoylifewithme.angela. I'd love to hear your thoughts on these books. Let's jump in for the day. Today we're actually going to be talking about two short stories released by Donna Costello this year. They're about 4 pages long each, so they're really quick reads, like 10 minutes. If you're waiting in the car, if you're waiting at the doctor's office, these are a great little, story where you don't have to worry about forgetting what's happening because you get stuck in the middle of the story. So let's start with the one titled Sunglasses. The synopsis is the story of Nina and Manuel and how the misappropriation of a pair of sunglasses turned into a romance. So this is a contemporary short story. The intimacy is low. It mentioned that his thighs straddled the motorcycle, but the language is very high, probably the highest I've ever read, quite honestly. It swore 6 times in 4 pages, 3 of which were the F-bomb. So fair warning, that is really out of the norm for what I typically read. There was no violence, and the trigger warning I put on here is the substance abuse addictions. Now, as far as con, I will say the language that I never feel like language adds to a story. I've never felt like that actually did anything for a story. But also, I feel like there was so much potential with these characters that this could very easily have been a novella. And I say very easily, I'm not being the author writing it, but I felt like there was just so much left unsaid that it was like almost a writing prompt, not necessarily a book. But either way, I did love that it was a well-written, emotional, kind of filled story for having such a short space with only about 4 pages. And I do hope that there are people out there struggling that have these kind of support people in their lives who can see beyond like past actions. I thought that was a great little reminder. Now, the second book or story, I guess, is called The Coast, and the synopsis says, a trip up the coast leads rodeo champion Jameson Stone to consider what's important in life. So this is a contemporary country short story. The intimacy is high. Jameson does strip naked to get into the ocean. Language is mild. It was only swore once. No violence, and then potential triggers. There's a bad ex and implied illness. I'm guessing something similar to cancer, if not, but it doesn't specifically say. Con, once again, I felt like it could have been, I say a full novella, even those are short stories, but like a novella, not just, a 4-page. It felt like a writing prompt that someone just needs to write and the rest of the story though. But on the prose, it was a great reminder to not live in the past or the future, but enjoy the moments that we have now in our lives. So I hope you'll jump over to my socials. I'll have the link tree website there to get to my Instagram and book talk, but it's Instagram enjoylifewithme.angela, book talk it is enjoylifewithme_Angela. All the other links will be in the website listed, and I'd love to hear what you think. Do you like these super short stories, or do you prefer novellas or full-length novels? I'd love to hear from you. So have a great day, and we'll talk soon. Happy reading.